45 minutes. But we should also put something in consideration, that is, all the games that we have played in these qualifier rounds, the Gambia is very good in the first 45 minutes.
Okay.
Let us not forget about that. Against Tanzania, we scored in the first 45 minutes, and in the second 45 minutes, it was all away traffic for the Tanzanians. Side. So we only hope that consistency that we're looking for in both half continue in this game against Ivory Coast, which is very much important, because they have seen this tactic of Mancini's side. We don't know what Sabri Lamouchi will come in the second. In the second. Perhaps he might see some breakdown that if he exposes us, he could get something out of it. We only hope that the performance maintain as we've seen in the first 45.
Just in the AFCON, in the Cup of Nations, the past one that we've just seen, Nigeria and Mikel Obi, they succeeded in taming Ivory Coast, because credit to them, their football, I think the strength of their team is the attack and the midfield. But can we replicate the Nigerian style here?
You see, when you look at the Nigerian teams, yeah, when you look at their players and you compare them with the Ivorian players, you will think that the Ivorians had players, better players individually. But I think Nigeria was more of a theme than Ivory Coast. And you see, football today, tactics is very, very important. You have to make sure that you neutralize the tactics of your opponent. And that is what we are seeing. A couple of times, though, I saw Yaya Toure, in high case of space. You don't allow him that too much of room to maneuver. Because when he is always on the break, pushing forward, he's always deadly. And he has a wicked right foot. So that shouldn't be allowed. But I think the tactics that the governments are employing, so far, so good. Very important.
But yes, it is nil-nil. Do we expect Mancini to change something here?
No, for now,
I'm sure he'll be happy with this.
Yeah, for now there is no need to make any changes, because the plan is working for him. You understand? He's happy that he went into the game without conceding, and he's going to stick with this. The only thing I know he must tell the boys is to still up the tempo of their game, because we have seen occasions when Ivory Coast break into our box, and we have some golden opportunities that they could have capitalized and scored. Those are some errors that they need to work on in the dressing room, and make sure that they did not allow such things. We have seen Javinho causing one or two problems on either side of the flanks.
He's switching.
And Babcock also said here, there was an instance, I hope maybe we get the pictures from the MCR, but there are instances where we saw Yaya Toure been given acres of space. You don't do that against Yaya Toure that we know. You give him a little space, he's deadly, he can hurt you. So I believe Mancini will tell the boys to make it tight. You understand? They have to make things tight for the Ivorians, Let them be very compact. And use the pace of these two guys. That is the Zaragoza boy. Yeah, they are tricky players who can definitely, pose one or two problems for the Ivorian defenders.
And another thing also, I think the positioning of Abdoulaye Mansali. He's no more called Ken. Even legally now, he doesn't want to be called Ken. He's Abdoulaye Mansali. But I think his positioning, I would have questioned it in this game.
Why?
You see, Abdoulaye Mansali, for the last season and this year both seasons, he's playing as a left back. And they are using him in midfield. What I would have thought was Abdoulaye Mansali could be used as the left back, and then they take Pamoudou Diagne to the left side of midfield. Because you see, Pamoudou is an attacking-minded player. And you could see that whenever he attacks, then Giovino is always deadly. So he has to limit his hits going forward in order to make sure that whenever Giovino is coming up, because Giovino is a very, very pacey player and tricky. So you need to have that pace to compete with him. If you don't have that pace, then you have to limit your movement going forward.
So I think Mansali is the man to do that job.
I think Mansali would have been a better option it would have been an internal change, not in personnel, but an internal change they needed. But even with him, it was just a couple of times that he get his way past Pamoudou Diagne. He's doing fine, but he has to limit his going forward in order to make sure that the Ivorians don't hurt us on the break.
I know it's going to be a very difficult second 45 minutes for the Gambia, because Ivory Coast must come all out to make sure that they get the 3 points. We understand. So definitely, the boys have a very tough 45 minutes to contend with, because Ivory Coast will definitely come for that goal.
Haji,
can we contain
your observations?
What we have done in the first 45 minutes? Because Ivory Coast, no doubt they'll be coming into the second 45 minutes to look for that goal, that important goal that will take them at the standing, at the top of the standing. So the Gambia also have, some character because, Didier Zakora is an experienced player.
The maestro.
If he could be upset by a young lad like Sehu Gassama until he pick up that yellow card, that booking, I think certainly we can get something out of it in the second 45 minutes. But let's also be careful of the way we attack in the second 45. And I know Mancini will work very hard with that and make sure that we are very cautious at the back. And I believe Sehu Gassama and Sananyasi, if they are well played, these are two small young chaps who can, mingle with these big players. So if they are well used in the second 45 minutes, hopefully if we don't have a goal through, the 1-2 touch, we can have a goal through the set piece, which we have some good set piece takers like Mansale and Sehu Gassama. They are all good in taking set pieces. So I think I'm seeing an upset in this game. Hopefully it will be the Gambian side.
Models want the formation to remain like this. As it stands, it is in our favor. Do you share that opinion?
I wouldn't have anything against the formation. But what I'm trying to say is, Pamudu Jan has to limit his going forward. If he cannot limit going forward, let them make an internal swap so that Abdullah Mansali, who is playing week in, week out as a left back for his club, because Pamodu is not playing as a left back at FC Sangaran, he's playing as a right midfielder. But Abdullah Mansali is playing as a left back for Real Salt Lake. Since he moved to Real Salt Lake last season, they use him as a left back. That is his permanent position now.
I think that's where the role of the coach comes in. He should be able to spot that, whenever Pamudu makes the move up front, there is a big gap that is left behind. So at least when they go into the dressing room, that are some of the things that he must address, telling Pamudu to keep, in fact, all the boys, to keep it calm, keep it cool. You understand? Make sure that they play their game. I think that is the message.
I think they have kept their composure for 45 minutes. They played without a single booking.
I think for the Gambian side, be highlighted in the midfield, in the Gambian midfield, that's Yankuba Sise. The camera is not getting him that much, but he's doing a fantastic job in the field because you could see he's also always obstructing the big man.
He's breaking his plan.
So he's doing very well. That's why you could not see him very well through the camera, but I think he's doing well.
Sona is one guy who's known for the big games. Sona, we've seen how he was able to take